Welcome back to What Would It Cost? Today we're talking about the Rockstar life to custom home building with our special guest, Sergio Galli. You bought a shed in Windsor?
You made money in the housing market last year? No way.
Anything you shot on you would have made on.
What would it cost?
That's the $1 million question. You're looking at North Bay now is at $1 million. I don't even think they hand you the keys anymore. What is it going to cost?
How much? Hi, my name's Nicholas Regina.
My name's Michael Sakuro.
And you're listening to
What Would It Cost?
Is that good? Pleasure to have you, brother. First Rockstar on the show.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And big shout out to our sponsor, 2911 from King City. They got exclusive drops coming from Europe and Italy that you can't find anywhere else. Our boy Dominic's over there. He's a great host, knows the fashion industry inside and out, and both men's and women's clothing. So hit them up, man. They've been awesome, and they got the pants fitted on me today. So thanks for that, boys.
So like Nick said, our first Rockstar guest, celebrity guest. So thank you for coming out.
Probably
we appreciate making the time. Just to jump into it, tell us a bit about yourself, your background, Platinum Blonde coming up, and what led you into the home building.
Well, I've been doing this for many years now. It started in 1988, way back.
Nice.
Before you guys were born.
That was when I was born.
Were you born that year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a good run in the 80s with the rock band. We did really, great things.
Yeah.
Mainly in the 80s, but we still play up until before COVID. We played a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I was sort of juggling both vocations at the same time. We generally play like every second week, 3 shows, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We fly out, and then I have the next 10 days, and I focus on my projects.
Right.
And then we fly out again. And for me, that was fantastic. I love just getting on the plane and forgetting about all this, what's going on on the job sites.
Yeah.
No
And then
doubt.
you get to the concert, and you sort of, it's a totally different life. So you kind of, your psyche is totally changed. It's a 100% flip.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that when I get out there, it's healthy, and when I come back, it's healthy too. Because then you come back to a totally different environment.
you get that balance.
The balance, yeah.
It's a perfect balance.
And the good thing about the, it's artistic what I do for my vocation, which is designing and building.
Right.
It's still creative, and I've always enjoyed that. Been doing that for like 35 years.
Right.
So that tells the audience how old I am. I'm getting old. But so it's been a long time I've been doing the designing and building. And I say designing because designing I find is the most important aspect of what I do right now.
Right.
In the beginning, there wasn't such a focus on design, but today I think design is so important because the products are changing so quickly.
Yeah.
Like all the, the technology is changing and all the finishes, and there's so much selection. Plus, with the internet, people are always, tuning in to what's out there.
Yeah.
And so in the 80s, I started, I wanted to become an architect when I was a kid.
Okay.
I was in the band, but we were just kids. But for some reason, we kind of got success. Like people liked what we were doing.
Yeah.
Our songs were good.
Hey, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, and we had a good image. Like we were all freaked out with our hair, and
Yeah. No,
we were
cool.
young, and and this and that. Everything combined.
Yeah.
And we sort of started doing some damage. Before the internet, like this was like we got signed by a major record company. As a kid, you're thinking, what the hell is it?
Yeah.
Sony, you just dream of that stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, so that kind of was taken off, and I was forced to decide: do I go to university or do I do this? So I decided I'll do this.
Yeah.
Because you can always go back to if it doesn't work out, I can always fall back on it, right? I can always go back. Then let's give this a shot.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I was really enjoying it, and who gets the opportunity, really?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
Why
once a lifetime.
anybody can get an opportunity to go to university, but who gets an opportunity to travel the world? And
Absolutely.
and that road lasted 7 years
Okay.
of constant, mayhem. Yeah, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah. So that road in the 7 years, was there still the back and forth with the doing the custom home building
No,
and designing, or
no,
that was strictly
no. There was no.
Rockstar? Yeah.
We didn't know about houses, care
Okay.
about houses.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
only. Yeah.
Day in, day out.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no.
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
no thought. Although, I'd always look around where I was, whatever city, look at the buildings and look at the architecture.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
it's something I always liked, right?
Right. And
But
I'm sure
other
that
than that-
added, a lot of diversity
Yeah.
to your design taste, and,
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
bringing that knowledge to the table must really.
I
help.
think it helps.
Yeah.
I was sort of blessed with a talent for being creative.
Right.
Yeah.
So that helped with the, once the band sort of took a pause, which we did, in and around 88, 89, I think 89.
It was a big one. It was like 20-year.
It was a big pause.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a big pause. Won't get into why we paused.
Yeah.
We didn't break up because we never ever had a disagreement or a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we were like,
Oh, really? Yeah?
Never.
Oh, wow.
We were just very, it was no negative. Like, there's nothing negative about
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Interacting with each other.
Yeah.
There's nothing negative about the music or nothing. It was all positive.
Yeah.
No
It's awesome.
fighting. No, a little bit of egos, but you get that, especially with a little bit of fame and
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah, absolutely.
our frontman singer, he was. Crazy, which you have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Like the reason I even wanted to start the band was because he was a crazy front guy. You know what I mean? You need that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You need a
Fucking
Mick
right,
Jagger.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah.
So
You need
that.
100%.
So we
Yeah.
had it, right? We had it,
Yeah.
and so I just let it go. Like you just be crazy, and I'll do what I do, and we'll just, you know what I mean?
Make that perfect blend.
Yeah, I was sort of more like I didn't want to be in the spotlight type of guy.
Yeah.
Still, I'm still the same. I don't really.
Yeah. Very cool.
I don't care about spotlights. I like the work. I like doing making the product.
Very cool.
Yeah, let your product speak for itself.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, I like doing that.
I love that.
That's so cool, because most people, I think, are drawn to that business for the opposite, right? For the polar opposite.
Possibly.
of that, right?
But
Yeah.
for me, I was sort of, always low key.
Yeah,
I wasn't really looking for fame. I just wanted to do what I did.
You love to do
I
it.
love
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do it.
Awesome, man.
And people, when they show you their appreciation of what you're doing, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember just walking, like before the show starts, everything goes dark. And then as soon as everything goes dark, you hear this screaming, like, and it's it sends like this thing through you, right?
Really,
And
yeah.
then all the I don't know, lighters come on, and you see all these lights, and you're just coming on. It's like a chill, right?
Yeah.
And so it's hard to, put a price tag on that.
Absolutely.
Like, how do you?
Right.
Yeah, that's a priceless experience.
It's
yeah.
priceless, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that went on for 7 years, and then at the time, we were successful. Our singer was sort of dating a famous actress, and he wanted to go to Hollywood. And we did what we did, and we thought, let's take a break.
Yeah.
Not that we fought, not that we just said, let's break up. I can't stand you, or I can't. None of that.
Yeah,
we just
yeah.
took a break.
Yeah.
But the way, the year, it was a year, turned into 2 years, and then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to sit around.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't really want to do music right now anyway, because I've done a lot of it.
Yeah.
I had the itch to get into this other thing, which I always, as a kid, wanted to do as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
First, I wanted to do the music, but I thought,
Yeah.
it's a million to one shot.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
But that happened. So then I went back to and I started slowly design, because I was creative, and I started designing these houses, and people were responding favorably to what I was doing. So I got hired to do some projects. That led to, private clients asking for my services as far as the construction. Like, can you also build it? Because you have to always explain to the builder what to do. Why don't you just do it? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Be that full
And I
service
said,
package.
I said, sure, if you trust me enough, I'll do it. And he said, well, don't you know the house better than they do? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you want to do it? I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I did it. Came out great.
Yeah.
That led to another one.
Yeah.
And then that just went like that. And so, I do like a couple, but I started with the big houses, like big mansions. Like,
Okay.
Like,
Is that where the name came from, Bel Air? Like that whole
I think it did. Yeah.
grand luxury. Yeah.
I
Very
think so.
cool.
Because I was doing these big, not because I wanted to be cocky or it wasn't for any of those kind of reasons. I just happened to be doing them. Like people that are approaching me wanted that.
Right.
That was. It wasn't like I sat down and started thinking. Oh,
Yeah.
So it just happened that way. And then what happened was I continued on that road for the longest time. And then 20 years, like you mentioned, 20 years go by.
Yeah.
And my crazy singer comes up to me and says, you want to do this again?
The guy with the accent.
Yeah. Well, I think I think the stimulus was I did a solo album at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got signed by Universal, which is a major record company.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay,
And this is just me. Like I'm like an old guy getting signed by a major record. Like you can't get a major record deal. Even when you're 20. Forget about when you're 50. Or what are you gonna? But they gave me one because they love my songs.
Nice.
And the songs were good. I still like they still.
Yeah.
Songs are always songs.
Absolutely,
I mean,
bro. Yeah, I was banging.
It's not like
out
they're
to
good
them
one
last
day
night.
and
I was getting
terrible
into
the next
the mood last night with the.
Yeah. So what happened was I got signed, and then in and around that time, my singer approached me. He says, "Why don't we put Planet Blonde back together?" And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. I'm doing this. Maybe I'm not going to put words into anybody's mouth, but I thought the timing was kind of. But anyway, I made a decision. Let's go with Planet Blonde because it was a brand name.
Yeah.
My name is just. I always wanted to be in the background anyway, so my name wasn't as popular as Platinum Blonde.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said, let's do the Platinum Blonde thing. So we did it. We did that for up until before COVID.
Yeah. Okay, so right up into the pandemic.
And then after that, we basically shut it down because we weren't able to
do all the shows and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
And right now, we're
man.
still shut down. So I'm just, it's 100% focused on what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
So, but what I'm doing now, here's the story. The story is before COVID, right when COVID happened, I had, because every year I have a couple of these big castles that I got to start. What happened was that year, for some reason, these two castle owners didn't want to start because they were thinking, well, I don't know, this COVID, like they were hemming and hawing.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them, what are you worried about? It's gonna, whatever, let that happen. Let COVID come and we've still got to work.
Yeah.
No, we got to see. So I said, you know what? I didn't want to sit around for a year.
Yeah.
Right. So what I did was I decided to just buy a property and do it myself. Like I'll be the client.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I never did up until that point.
Right.
I never had to.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to then either. But I decided I didn't want to sit around.
Yeah.
So I bought a property in downtown Toronto.
Okay.
The reason I bought it there because to me, there's 3 boxes you got to tick for success in what I do, real estate. The first box is location.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That box has got to be ticked. You got to have that location.
Yeah.
The second box is money. You got to have money.
Yeah.
And the third box is you have to have the product, and the product is design and building. What I design and build is the product.
Yeah.
And that's got to be good too.
Yeah. So of course.
So and all 3. Yeah. So if you tick all 3 boxes, the odds of success are close to 100%.
Right.
If you tick those 3 boxes.
Yeah.
The problem is that people don't tick those boxes for some reason. I don't know why. Well, for the money box, I can understand why. Like, who the hell's got?
It's big
not
money.
too many people got money, so I understand that box being unticked.
Yeah.
But this is a surprising one. The location one, you'd be surprised how many people don't pick the location right. Like they'll do like I get calls all the time, even now. I've got a project and I want to hire you, and I go, where is it? Oh, it's 4 hours north of. Like, what the hell? Are you crazy?
Who's buying up there to this custom home?
I said, no, I'm not. I mean, thanks, but no thanks. So that box is not ticked. You're like, okay, you got to have the location.
Tick the box
Tick
and
the
call
box.
me back. Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
I'm polite to them. You know,
Of course.
nicely.
Of course.
Like, oh, nice area. You know, nice area. But fortunately, I'm a little busy. You know.
Class act.
Yeah. So anyway, I was talking to the wife at COVID. I go, look, do you want me in the house for a year? She said, no. She says, no. Can you come up with an idea? I said, yeah. I want to buy a place, and I'll because we have all 3 boxes ticked. We got the location, which is downtown TO.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to
You
make
can't
another.
miss.
They're not going to build another downtown TO.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
You know, the money. You know, we either have it or we can get it, or whatever. That box is ticked.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then the other box is ticked too, the design build. So we got all 3 boxes ticked.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Blue chip.
Yeah.
She said, I said, is it blue chip? She says, dark navy blue. It's navy blue.
Yeah. Nice.
So she said, yeah, go for it. So I went for it and did it.
Yeah.
Worked out great.
Awesome.
And I have a witness. I think Pando saw it. He saw that.
Look good.
Anyway, what happened as a result of that project was, like right now, I'm currently doing 7 similar projects.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the same area, because people see it.
Yeah, of course.
And these are like investor people, like the people that have, you know, the money box ticked, right? They have that ticked, right?
Yeah.
And then the location is still in that location, so that's ticked, and I'm already ticked. So we got all 3 ticks there.
Yeah.
So I'm going, if you have the money ticked, I'll take it.
And then you take the design and build box.
Yeah, and then I'll take it.
It's a recipe for success.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I'm doing 7 like now,
Nice.
7 of those.
Wow.
And,
Beautiful.
And just to let the viewers know,
Yeah.
you know, one of the main reasons I want to just come on and explain what I'm ticking here is because if there's anybody out there that has that box ticked,
Right.
you know, I have the vehicle of the other 2 boxes already ticked. Come on,
Absolutely.
let's rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
Just
rock
put
and
it
roll.
out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because it's happening on its own anyway, like without even
Yeah.
broadcasting or attempting to find anything.
Yeah.
This is and my whole life's been like that. People just stumble. I go. I don't really plan. Things happen.
Yeah.
This is more of a structured. You know, I'm letting people know if you have that thick box. You
Big
know,
time, yeah.
I usually don't do this.
Right.
Yeah.
But what the hell? You know?
Yeah. So, guys, if you got the location right, you
Well,
got
I have the
money,
location.
then
I have the
we're
other. I have the other
You want a
two-
rock? You want a
just do the
Rockstar
money.
to do a custom build?
I got the other 2
Hit 'em up.
ticks.
Who wouldn't want a Rockstar to and a gentleman?
Email me
and
the
a
text,
gentleman,
man.
and a
Email me
gentleman
the
like
text.
Sergio
Email
Galli.
me, yeah?
Email him the ticks.
Send them on.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to design, is there a specific, I guess, aspect you go, like, you know, is it more modern? Some people go with the gothic.
I'll tell you,
What's
yeah.
your style?
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
good
even my
question.
style. My style really is old. My background is the castle, so I like the Game of Thrones and all
Nice.
that. You know, Paris.
Oh, very
you know,
cool.
That's
Yeah,
my personal.
That's awesome.
Style,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But my personal style, I don't include in what I do. I go
okay.
no.
Interesting.
I go with what people want.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You know
so
what I
do you
mean?
have like mood boards for them to pick from and get inspiration? Or do
No,
you-
because what I always do is right now, what I'm doing now is I don't even have the person. It's just like I have the investor
Yeah.
that's bringing that box to me, that ticked money box.
Yeah.
And then we're just putting the project together.
Right.
And then just putting it on the market. So we don't even know who the end user is when I'm
Okay.
you know, you follow me?
Right. Yes.
Unlike my whole life where I knew the client.
Yeah.
And it's funny enough, you'd be surprised how many, if a client does not know what they want.
Right.
They don't know. Like, I was surprised by this.
Right.
You think that you want a dream home and you know exactly what you want.
But you don't.
People don't know what they want.
Interesting.
Well, it's like you're saying
They
before.
come up to
there's
me and
so
say,
much
what
to
do we
see.
want? I said,
Yeah.
okay, no problem.
And that
I'll tell you what you want.
That must
Yeah.
be difficult trying to facilitate that when you're on the design build end and they're not clear on what
Well,
they
no,
want.
to me it's
So
easier because the more involvement they have, the worse it comes
the
out.
worse it gets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence why
No
you're
offense,
taking the property.
no offense
you're
to
building it.
you good people out there that have absolutely no taste. No. No. But, you know, sometimes they suggest something that's kind of, but you have to kind of massage them out of it. You know,
Right.
somehow.
Yeah.
So looking now, you know, you ticked off location, ticked off the product, what's that money box look like? What would it cost for that money box to be ticked
Well,
off
what I do is
for these projects?
when you're in a good location, obviously, it's high end. Like I deal only in, I don't deal in low end, not because it's bad. It's great. I just don't deal in it.
Yeah.
Mid range is great too.
Yeah.
I just don't deal in it.
Right.
Yeah.
The other one's great too, the high end, and that's the one I deal with.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's better than the other two. It's just the one I deal with.
You have your own
Yeah.
niche.
Yeah, that's my niche.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate all the levels. Like I'm really interested in the affordable housing. So I would really love to do like low end, believe it or not, because my whole life's been high end. But I kind of like to. I always dream about doing something really, really inexpensive, and
Yeah.
so maybe one day I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I love all the levels. I just focus on the high end because that's my whole life's been like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not because it's better. It's just what I do.
It's what you know best.
It's what I know.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
what I do.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, I'm not gonna fix it.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's enough people out there that have that kind of capital or whatever they want.
Yeah.
They want the designer purse or whatever they want. For the house is the same. So there's people out there that want quality, high end, and that's what I do.
So for your style of high end, what is do you base it per square foot on the breakdown? Do you go with
I go with a management fee. So I come in as a project manager.
Okay.
So basically what I do is I know all the suppliers who to use. I know all the trades who to use.
Yeah.
I design everything so everybody knows what I want as far as interiors, exteriors, products, where to get them, who's going to supply them. So I do like a spreadsheet and I fill it out when I'm designing. So they know all the costs. Like that's another thing. If you go to an architect, they don't know what it costs. So they draw something.
Yeah.
And then when the people are getting prices, they have a heart attacks because I didn't know it was this much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to go, when you're designing, say, okay, look, these windows, you can get windows, that are vinyl, that are this price bracket. You get windows that are, aluminum, that are this. You can get windows that are wood. You can get this company that's this much. You got to talk to them and figure out what they want, budget wise.
Yeah.
And so you go through kitchens. You can get a $10,000 kitchen. You can get a $100,000, $300,000 kitchen.
Of course.
You can whatever. So you walk them through, and then when you're designing, it happens at the same time in real time.
Yeah.
Right.
What's more efficient? Not keep
Absolutely.
going back to the drawing
So there's
board.
no surprises.
Yeah,
At the end of the drawings, people aren't surprised by how much it costs.
Yeah.
So that's another benefit of design build. And another thing I learned over the years, which is a surprising thing, is that I haven't found a design build, like an actual designer that does what I do. I find companies that are design built, but they always go to an architect. Like they have they don't actually do the design. They have others doing it, right?
Right.
It's kind of rare to get, like let's say an Armani. He designs the suit, and then he produces. Like he designed it.
Yeah, it's different.
He didn't get some other guy to design it. Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of rare to actually get a design built.
The one-stop shop everywhere from the
I'm not saying-
inspiration to the design.
I'm
to
not
the
saying it doesn't
architectural
exist.
to the-
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
I'm sure it exists. But
Yeah.
but the thing is, they're rare.
It's a smaller market
It's a
for it.
small, very small.
And even when you're designing such a quality high-end product, you want to be very particular too on who you're hiring to come to the table and be able to finish it. Like even with your millwork packages that you put out, or these $300,000 kitchens, like there's like real specific specs and finishes and things the way you
it's
want to
very
see
complex.
things done. So it's
very-
better. I could see it being an advantage that you keep that within your wheelhouse because you are particular about the sub trades that come in and hammer out quality work, right?
Absolutely, that's a good point.
Yeah. You're able to keep your finger on the pulse.
The reason I always break everything down into the simplest form is because really, it's very complicated.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that's why the only way to deal with complexities is to break it down.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with building. So basically, I just break it down. I go, look, this is the supplier. This is tried, true, proven. I've been using it. Works. We're going to go with this. We're going to go with this. That's what experience gives you.
Yeah.
35 years, you figure out,
Yeah.
because one wrong move, like you have, like the other day, I had these blueberries, which I love blueberries. Sorry, but changing the topic to food.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Good
there was
antioxidants.
that one with a fuzzy thing, and I noticed it. And then the next day I come back, everything was fuzzy.
Yeah.
You have one bad thing,
Yeah.
it just affects everything,
Yeah,
right?
one bad apple.
Yeah, so you got to watch that, especially in
for sure.
construction, because it's expensive.
Sure.
You got to watch.
Expensive mistake, yeah.
So as far as the question, sorry about if I even answered.
No,
it.
this
no,
is
it's
great. Yeah,
perfect.
you were dead on balls with it.
But basically, it's a high end that I deal with, and when you have the location, you don't want to really do a mid level with that location, because you're not going to get the return.
Yeah.
Because people are educated,
Yeah.
and they're going to look at that and say, well, you're on Rodale Drive here. Why are you putting this kind of product here?
Right.
Yeah.
They want the
Sure, you have to hit a certain standard.
Yeah, the
different
standard's
neighbor-
gotta be
yeah,
there,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So one of the projects that you have downtown, those 7s that you're working on right now, what would they sell for? What would that look like?
They're selling for around the 4.5 to 5 million range.
Okay.
But they're small. They're only like 25-foot wide lots. That's another good reason why I wanted to do this, because my background is the wide, castle-y type
Right.
of
Yeah.
big land, a lot of, materials, like the lumber alone costs you. It's a lot of materials, and it costs money, right?
Yeah.
In downtown, it's skinny. You can only spend so much on lumber. I mean, you only have a 25-foot lot. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
there's a limit to what you're going to spend there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was appealing to me.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're in the location, that box is ticked, that
Yeah.
location box,
AAA.
that's major power. Because
Oh,
once
yeah.
you're down there, people will pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Because they'll get the
even the
ROI.
castles I do that are up, like whatever, like other areas, like King City, it's 10 times the house, and it's less money than when downtown.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Why?
The
Because of
density.
that bloody box is not there. The location. Huh? You
Just
got to
tick the
take those
box.
boxes.
Just tick
Yeah.
the box.
No?
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely.
It's
No,
important.
no,
So
you know,
really,
but
this
the way-
broadcast,
yeah.
you know what it should be called? The 3 box.
Take
Taking
the
the three.
box.
Take the box.
Take the box.
No?
Take the box.
That could be a
for
show. We
Gabby.
should start a show, right?
Take the box. Let's do it. We'll just change the sign over here, and that's
Come
it.
up with a show. Man.
No, but it's crazy inspirational how you'll take such a big and wide range in regards to the architecture, the design, the build, the subbing out to the trades, the whole inspiration, and then you'll condense it into those 3 boxes. And you hit the nail on the head, because you break it down, like you said earlier, to its simplest form, and have it be that, if you check those boxes,
Yeah.
you nailed it. But
Right.
you made it sound a lot easier than what it is, because you're an expert, right? And you're great at it, and you have the years of experience. So,
And each
you know,
box, too, is complex if you really study it. Like, having the money is not that easy.
Yeah, sure,
Like, it's
for sure, yeah.
Right.
complex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Takes a
You
lot
don't
to
just
check
end up
that box.
having millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
And even the design build boxes,
Oh,
you don't
man.
just come
Yeah.
along. And I see people try it or think, do it on their own. Like,
Yeah.
it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Because even
yeah.
me, like,
Yeah.
it's not a walk in the park for me.
Yeah, of
How is
course.
somebody the first time is gonna come out and do it yourself? Maybe on a low end they could do it yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Possibly on a mid, but not on the high end. You can't do it yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
with just
true,
knowing, like you
true.
said, the contractors, you know who to get for,
Yeah.
tiling, lumber, all
Yeah,
that.
it's such
You're-
a such a.
You're burning more money trying to do it yourself, if anything.
It's impossible
Yeah.
because it's I've been doing it for so long and study it. I'm still struggling with it. How are you gonna do it for the first time?
Right.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Can't be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, good point. Especially
Do it yourself
at
is
a
maybe for
level.
other levels, but not for high end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're true.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that'd be a disaster for sure. These elaborate builds.
Yeah.
And what's next? What's
What next
for
is
Bel Air?
coming
What are
up
we
with a
doing?
TV show called Tick the Box. That's next. That's what's coming up.
Yeah, okay.
Tick the
Tick
box.
the box with Sergio Galli.
Doing
love it.
auditions.
Awesome.
This is a nice little place. We can maybe do it here.
Yeah. Just change the sign, and that's it. Tick the box.
Oh, that's another slogan, eh?
That's what.
That's why you asked about the
what-
cost.
Yeah, that's what it costs.
Oh,
We're
is that,
trying to tie it
I don't even
back.
know what
Yeah.
bloody show I'm on here. Sorry about that, guys.
No,
I
no,
thought it was a
yeah,
different show. Wait a minute.
It was an absolute pleasure hosting you today
thank you.
and hearing about not only your Rockstar career, but more importantly, what you're working on now, the Bel Air luxury home custom building, taking it from A to Z, checking out those 3 boxes. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Sergio.
No problem.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. A lot of insight, and I'm sure the viewers are really gonna love this episode. And let them know where they could check you out, check out some of your work.
Can we just put a thing on the...
Oh yeah, we can
put a
it as well.
caption.
Put a caption, yeah. It's better than a caption, yeah.
Perfect.
And I do want to be mindful of the fact and do a big shout out to Pando over here, who set this all up and really thought outside of the box in being able to connect these dots for us. Greatly appreciated, my brother. Much love. And we got to get him on for the reverse mortgages. This guy is the rock star in the reverse mortgage world. So
Next time,
thank you, Pando.
Next time, tell me the name of the show before.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning into this week's episode. We really appreciate all the support. Be sure to like, share, follow, and we'll see you next week.
Next on What Would It Cost? We're just becoming more and more dense as a province altogether. Right?
That's exactly it. Yeah,
very interesting.
The population's growing. You got to keep going outwards, right?
Exactly.
So,
there's only so much you can squeeze down.
Exactly. Yeah. So even like a lot of the farms, there's like Puslynch area, Guelph, like around there, the Wellington area.
Right.
All those farmers, they're more moving towards Southgate now because the development's caught up.
Right.
So everybody wants to be closer to the downtown core, and all the farms that they've been around forever. Those are the next spots to be built on.
For our first-time home buyers, is gonna be like, where's that next place?
None of it.